All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back as the world continues to get crazier and crazier. You might have heard the little story about Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt allowing their 8-year-old daughter to change her name to John and to wear boys' clothes because she says she wants to. We actually have a picture as we introduce. There she is. That looks a lot like Brad Pitt. It looks a lot like both of them. Now watch, she tell me she's adopted. Now I think she's the natural. Anyway, Cherie Corsco, parenting expert, is with us. Cherie, welcome.
Hi, thank you. I'm happy to be here. She is a gorgeous girl.
Yeah, she looks
gorgeous.
Like I could see both of them right in that face.
Oh yeah, she's a 10 as a woman, maybe a 4 as a boy.
Okay, all right. But now we see. I said she, you said she. Are we going to be called some kind of names now for daring to call her a girl when she wants to be called a boy? And how could parents allow their child at that age to make such a decision?
I agree. Parents need to guide and protect their children. And I think Brad and Angelina should not be considered the trailblazing for parenthood at all. They live in the happy forest of Hollywood, let's say. They homeschool, they travel all around the world. I think this child needs guidance. Maybe she sees her parents playing different roles and is dressed up and she's playing out a role. But as far as changing her name to John, I just think it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Now, I'm no expert on this certainly, but it's almost normal from what they say. Kids, try on their mother's clothes, right. And some girls play with G.I. Joe type stuff, and boys play with dolls. Doesn't mean necessarily that they're changing sexes or genders.
Absolutely, it's just what we call role playing. You see everybody running around New York City, the little girls in Elsa costumes. Right? We're not going to change their name to Princess Elsa. They're just role playing. And I also think that just by them putting it out in the news, I feel very sorry for this little girl.
That's another thing.
I really do.
Why publicize this? I mean, everything that gets out of the Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie camp, quote unquote, is orchestrated and it's done on purpose. To put this out there at this point, what kind of pressure does that eventually, now and going forward, put on this little girl, dare I say?
I'm all for diversity, but I think Angelina is running her crew like she's running a movie set. Okay, we need someone transgender. Can we pull someone in? This and that. And I think it's very dangerous what she's doing. And I really, truly, as a mom and a parenting expert, my heart goes out to this little girl.
Do you believe that, so you believe that this is a selfishness on the part of, if not Brad Pitt, certainly Angelina Jolie?
Well, sometimes you have to look back at what the parents' relationship with their own mother and father. And I know that Angelina in the news has been, bisexual. She has been seen French kissing her brother on the red carpet. I mean, you're not dealing with a traditional mother like myself. So this does cause social and gender confusion.
Yeah, okay. And of course, it was on the red carpet that this child showed up in a suit. Right? I think that's the picture we saw, dressed like a boy.
Exactly. And you know what? She does have 2 brothers, and maybe she just wants to be one of the guys, and maybe she sees the privileges that they're getting, and she just might be one of the group. But again, I have to just stress that this child needs to explore her own identity, and if it turns out that she...
In a private way.
In a private way, not... Does everything have to be played out in the public all the time?
Yeah.
I think in this overexposed world, I think it's getting...
Now, you were on Fox,
yes,
and you went up against Liz Stern, CEO of DivaMoms.com.
Yes.
And, from what you told me, I didn't see it, but,
right,
you were portrayed by her, or she tried to portray you as homophobe, this, that. And that's what the left likes to do. They like to put letters on your chest so that you're not taken seriously, or you're looked on in a negative light.
That's right.
How dare you have your views?
I know, exactly. Just because you don't agree with somebody, it doesn't mean that you are afraid of what they agree with. Hey, we're New Yorkers. This is a city of diversity. I have no problem with gay, tri, bi, color, anything. But the point that I was making is I do have a problem with forcing, letting a child pick their own gender at such a young age.
Yeah, I agree. All right, you're political. I want to just, Hillary, okay?
Yes.
If it's Hillary, if it's Elizabeth Warren, we saw how the race card was played by the media and the left with Obama. If you
Yes.
dared to bring anything up, you're racist. To this day, if you disagree with the policy, you're racist. How is that going to play when, if it's a female nominee for the Republicans, you know, if you dare say anything about Hillary or Elizabeth Warren, I mean, you'll be anti-woman.
Exactly.
You'll be against women.
Exactly. Is Hillary going to get the vote? The question is Hillary going to get the vote just because she's a woman, or because she's a qualified leader?
Well, what do you say to women who say, "Ah, it's time for a woman, so I'll vote for her because she's a woman"?
I say I don't think that you should this country needs to be run like a business at this point, because Obama has put us in such a bad spot. And I think that we need someone that can run this country. I think the Republicans need to get back in charge here. And I don't think Hillary comes with a lot of baggage. Yeah. And I don't like the way that she handled Benghazi.
Yeah. That should come back to
and
haunt
that should come back and haunt
her. Only
her.
if the Republicans push it, and they have a very bad track record for taking issues that they could, I say exploit, I mean legitimately, and just leave it alone.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
I am praying every night, and all my Republican friends, that we get a Republican back in the White House and get some class back in there.
It's going to be an interesting couple of years.
It will be a couple
Cherie
years.
Corso, thank you very much.
Thank you so
Great
much.
to meet you. And,
Thank you.
and she brought her daughter with her for they were featured in the New York Post for the best dressed mother and daughter in New York City. So congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
All right, folks, we're coming back with economist and Professor Peter Morrissey after the break. But first, are artificial sweeteners better than plain old sugar, or could they actually be harming your health? We'll find out the answers to these questions and much, much more in your Max to Health moment. It's next. Don't go away.
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. But what about the fake stuff? Splenda, Sweet and Low, and Equal are the most popular substitutes, providing less calories and more sweetener. But when it comes to the healthiest option, which one is the best for you?
So I don't think one or the other is better. I believe that for diabetics, artificial sweeteners can be very helpful for controlling their blood sugar levels. I think that if your body is able to digest sugar naturally, then you're better off having the real thing, even though there is going to be calories in it. I just recommend you have a smaller amount of the real sugar.
To maintain a healthy eating habit, learn to limit the amount of sugar intake you have, whether artificial or not.